This happened to me recently. I was on my way home from the bank when someone suddenly called. When I looked back, I could see a man in his late 40s on the road. And he had pretty long, shaggy hair that almost reached his shoulders. Besides that, there were so many small scars on his face which made me feel really uncomfortable. I asked him if he needed any help, and he asked me for some food because he had a 5-year-old girl who was starving. However, it was somehow odd. The way he spoke didn't sound pitiful to me at all. And he was saying it quickly, as if he had memorized the lines. I stared blankly at him for a minute, and then felt anxious. "I'm sorry. I have to go now." I left abruptly. "Hey, hey!" He kept calling from behind me, and then started yelling at me because I didn't turn my head around. I was so scared that I eventually passed my house and ran straight into another alleyway. Because it was especially hot that day, my town was pretty quiet, and that only made things scarier. Now that I think about it, this situation was really creepy. I don't even know where he came from. I didn't hear any footsteps, but when I looked back, the man walked right in front of me, asking for food again. This incident happened in my neighborhood maybe 10 years ago. There was a doctor in my town. He was married, but this guy had an affair with a minor he met online. Anyway, he went into the motel with a girl one day, like he apparently usually did. But the girl who was in the bathroom washing up didn't come out of the bathroom. When he finally went inside, he found out that the girl accidentally slipped on the wet floor and died because of a concussion. But he couldn't call 911 because he was embarrassed. He had to keep his social status, and he had a wife and family, you know. So he began to do something terrible and unbelievable. He dismembered her body and cut her into bite-sized morsels to reduce her volume. He then began to eat her guts and flesh. He cleaned up the bathroom and left the motel with the rest of the corpse stuffed inside his suitcase. He knew he had committed a serious crime. After he left, 2 male staff members started a conversation. "The chick yesterday was hot, man. It's a good thing the room she stayed in only has hidden cameras in the bathroom. We can watch that at least." One of my friends got married not too long ago. She was living with her husband and mother-in-law, who was the type to nag a lot to her. For your information, my friend used to be a little chubby, and because of it, her mother-in-law scolded her frequently and prevented her from eating food. It was ridiculous. When I heard that, I met her at a cafe, and I could see that she didn't look well. So I asked her what happened, and then she said something really creepy. My friend couldn't hold back her hunger after midnight, so she snuck into the kitchen quietly. When she heard her mother-in-law snoring in her sleep, she started eating some of the food in the refrigerator. Suddenly, she felt something was wrong. She felt like someone was watching her, so she turned around and... her mother-in-law was staring at my friend. Her eyes were raised while she made a snoring sound with her mouth on purpose.